Welcome to MsMojo. And today we're looking at acting and music stars who were synonymous with one genre only to revitalize their status with another.
Well, I'm of the opinion that if Marcel's lived his whole life, he don't need know nothing about this incident.
Number 20, Bring Me the Horizon.
Can you feel
Britain's metalcore scene was pretty niche when Bring Me the Horizon formed in 2004. Even more niche was the deathcore scene. The band's first EP and album got mixed reviews for Ali Sky's guttural vocals over grinding, occasionally melodic compositions. With poor commercial prospects, producer Frederick Nordstrom convinced them to tone things down. The sound would still be intense, but the gradual incorporation of alt-rock and pop elements set BMTH apart from traditional metalcore. By the time they left the genre altogether in the 2010s, sales were soaring, along with critical acclaim. The 2019 album Amo even topped the UK charts. Still, BMTH will sneak out material to appease their metal loyalists as much as a wider audience.
No amount of words could ever find a way to make sense of this song. Wanna hear Mother Tongue.
Number 19, Robin Wright.
I'd make a good husband, Jenny.
You would, Forrest.
Robin Wright built a prominent and diverse resume throughout the 90s, but she spent much of the 2000s stuck in independent dramas that failed to captivate audiences and critics. It was ultimately the small screen that brought her back to power, in every sense. Netflix's flagship series House of Cards ran for 6 seasons on Wright's quietly intense rise from a corrupt politician's wife to the presidency.
I know. You want to know what really happened to him. A man like Francis doesn't just die.
She then rode multiple Emmy nominations into a streak of high-profile thrillers, including Blade Runner 2049 and the DC Extended Universe. She even returned to Netflix to direct a couple episodes of Ozark. While Wright still favors understated dramas with more praise than ever, she's a real powerhouse in the thriller genre.
You don't want to support my slate, that's fine.
Claire?
All I ask is stay out of the way.
Number 18, Michael Bolton.
Said I loved you, but I lied. 'Cause this is more than love I feel inside.
While there's no doubting the power of Michael Bolton's voice, many forget that it was once put to more orthodox use. He was a bona fide hard rocker at the peak of the genre's commercial market in the 70s and 80s. The frilliest he got was as the frontman of the short-lived hair metal band Blackjack. But after co-writing the Laura Branigan hit, How Am I Supposed to Live Without You?, Bolton reinvented himself as a pop star. His ferocious soul style certainly stood out among romantic ballads. Such range also cemented Bolton's reputation as a true vocal virtuoso. Never mind the commercial success and legacy that came from him creating his own distinct sound. Number 17, Darius Rucker.
Well, there's nothing I can do. I only want to be with you.
Hootie and the Blowfish hooked the 90s with Americana-infused pop rock. Unfortunately, their output and profile steadily fizzled out until they disbanded in 2008. Frontman Darius Rucker was preoccupied with a solo career, initially in R&B, but he didn't fully blow up until he followed his passion for country. Rucker's flair for old-fashioned and modern pop in this genre made him a sensation, with many accolades and #1 hits.
So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me.
He was the first black artist since Charlie Pride to top the country charts, helping to promote diversity in the industry. This also led to Hootie and the Blowfish reuniting with new country rock material. Rucker may have led their pop stardom back in the day, but he's now a singular country icon.
Yeah, the only BS I need is beers and sunshine.
Number 16. Reese Witherspoon.
I think I dropped something on the floor that I need to pick up. So you bend and snap. See?
Once dubbed America's sweetheart, Reese Witherspoon was one of the top rom-com headliners of the 2000s. Projects like her Oscar-winning performance in Walk the Line still showed that there was great grit behind this wholesome image.
Here comes Jackson. You big talking man.
As it began to lose momentum going into the 2010s, Witherspoon co-founded the women-centric production company Pacific Standard. Let's just say that the rebrand of Hello Sunshine is very ironic. The company's many daring features include 2014's Wild, which landed Witherspoon another Academy Award nomination. And with series like Big Little Lies and The Morning Show, she became a TV drama darling. Witherspoon took full control of her reinvention and has come out more popular than ever with critics and fans.
She needs closure, and I don't think I could stop her at this point. And I'm certainly not going to let her go alone.
Number 15. Beastie Boys.
Well, I'm on to the crack of dawn, mowing down MCs like I'm mowing the lawn.
It's been said that the Beastie in Beastie Boys stands for boys entering anarchistic states towards inner excellence. It doesn't get much more punk than that. Sure enough, this always subversive outfit formed in the New York hardcore scene of the early 80s. They opened for the likes of Bad Brains and Dead Kennedys and recorded a killer EP. The boys might have stayed underground legends had they not met an up-and-coming producer named Rick Rubin. Their embrace of early hip-hop helped propel it into the mainstream and pioneer the hybrid genre rap rock. Beastie Boys are now multi-platinum titans of a style they didn't even anticipate. At least the lifelong punks never sold out their edge and innovation.
Sweet and sour like a tangerine, fresh like a box of the Krispy Kreme. Kenny Rogers, it's a guarantee. Match the mic. Who's up the scratch routine?
Number 14. John Travolta.
Everybody's got to dump on somebody, right? Of course. I mean, everybody can't do it straight, right?
John Travolta danced his way to superstardom with Saturday Night Fever and Grease. From there, the heartthrob drifted from musicals to popular dramas and comedies that lacked legs. He gradually lost his critical and commercial appeal, but passionate cinephile Quentin Tarantino still believed in him. Travolta won huge acclaim as charming hitman Vincent Vega in the 1994 masterpiece Pulp Fiction.
You looking at something, friend? You ain't my friend, Pluka. What was that? I think you heard me just fine, Punchy.
He then became synonymous with anti-hero and villain roles in crime dramas, as well as a variety of edgier genre pictures. Unfortunately, this rebrand also devolved over time. Travolta now mostly does low-profile or straight-to-video crime thrillers. Still, no matter how bad their reviews, the proven range of this once-scorned pretty boy still has everyone rooting for him.
I don't run, and I don't hide in shadows either. You know what I do need? I need 1 year on the street uninterrupted, and I will build something that nobody can destroy.
Number 13. Brendan Fraser.
Actually, the word Geneva, small g, is a corruption of Genièvre, which is, of course, French for juniper. A wonderful berry that flavors this miraculous libation.
From endearing comedies and dramas to big blockbusters, Brendan Fraser exemplified the range of an everyman actor. But all this fluff didn't have much longevity with critics and audiences. Sadly, Fraser's status was further strained by struggles with his health and personal hardships. After some memorable supporting performances in TV dramas, he returned to the spotlight with Darren Aronofsky's The Whale.
I'm sorry for leaving you. I was in love, and I left you behind.
Fraser's committed, devastating performance was hailed as one of the greatest Hollywood comebacks in years. From his Academy Award win came prestigious projects like Killers of the Flower Moon and the upcoming Dwight D. Eisenhower biopic, Pressure. Fraser may have always been lovable in lighter fare, but he's now beloved as a bold, dramatic presence.
He has been missing
2 months, and I have not had a chance to communicate with him before he testifies.
Number 12. Katy Perry.
It's in the palm of your hand now, baby. It's a yes or no, no, maybe.
The artist formerly known as Katie Hudson is the daughter of Pentecostal pastors. She was only 17 years old when she started her career on the righteous path with the self-titled Christian rock album. Its alternative pop elements polarized critics and didn't seem to lift audiences' spirits either. The album bombed just as the label Red Hill Records went bankrupt.
When you are the only one who really knows just who I am.
Luckily, Hudson found salvation in secular music and a new name. Katy Perry became one of the biggest pop stars of the post-2000s, celebrated for her empowering and often steamy dance anthems. It's not like her Christian music was very orthodox to begin with, but in bringing such passion to the mainstream, Perry has won legions of followers.
'Cause you're hot, then you're cold, you're yes, then you're no, you're in, then you're out, you're up, then you're down.
Number 11. Adam Sandler.
I said no to Georgia. She wanted the money, and I had to decline because I don't really have that much. That money I just gave you is actually a lot of money to me, 99 cents.
At least for a time, Adam Sandler was one of moviegoers' favorite funny men. Few fully respected his dramatic chops in films like Punch Drunk Love and Funny People. And after a series of critical disasters and Netflix originals, many lost respect for his comedy. Then came the Safdie brothers' off-the-wall crime thriller, Uncut Gems. Sandler's humorless, highly accoladed portrayal of a jeweler with a life-threatening gambling debt was named the best performance of his career.
I've been having a situation with one of your higher profile players, and I'm moments away right now from making things very ugly for you.
He's since returned to comedy, but with greater fanfare and detours to acclaim dramatic roles. Sure, we may have been quietly rooting for Sandler all along. With his more serious turn, though, everyone is now eager to see what he'll do next.
I had an accident.
You had an accident? What does that mean?
You!
Number 10. Leslie Nielsen.
Tell me just what is involved in your making contact with Earth base?
Well, fundamentally, it's a question of crude power. How to short-circuit the continuum on a 5 or 6 parsec level.
Leslie Nielsen was a prolific character actor across all genres of film and television. Between the 1950s and 70s, his few starring roles included the sci-fi caper Forbidden Planet and the disaster epic The Poseidon Adventure. Surely, the latter helped him secure the less serious disaster classic Airplane. And don't call him Shirley.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
With this and the Naked Gun series, Nielsen found his leading man brand in comedies. He specifically became one of the preeminent figures in the parody genre. Roger Ebert even dubbed him the Olivier of spoofs, whose hilarious deadpan style drew on a natural dramatic presence. The critical hits were few and far between, but Nielsen spent the rest of an initially wayward career as a comedy icon.
Why was the I Love You not listed in Ludwig's records? And if it was, did he know about it? And if he didn't, who did? And where the hell was I?
Number 9. Pantera. The story of Pantera is the story of mainstream metal between the 1980s and 90s. The Texas outfit was quintessential glam metal throughout the first decade, with Phil Anselmo's raspy voice distinguishing the melodic riffs. Then they came literally screaming into the next decade with Cowboys from Hell. The album was all thrash with uniquely ferocious vocals and groove, punctuated by Dimebag Darrell's blistering guitar solos. The band only got more intense from there. Their signature style was dubbed groove metal and helped set up an era that pushed the boundaries of both heavy music and its commercial appeal. While Pantera enjoyed moderate success in the pop trends of 80s metal, they achieved greatness as unlikely innovators.
I knew your tour coming me out with the Cowboys from Hell.
Number 8. Robert Pattinson.
My brother is mentally handicapped. The bucket of paint fell off a construction truck and hit him on the head. I'm gonna come out in 1 second. It's an emergency, all right?
Whether he liked it or not, Robert Pattinson broke out as a brooding heartthrob, and he was pretty open about not liking it. He won over mainstream audiences as Edward Cullen in the Twilight Saga, while joining in popular disdain for this brand. Remember Me and Water for Elephants didn't bring many around to the romantic lead. But after a couple of David Cronenberg films, he receded into a series of subversive thrillers. A24's Good Time and The Lighthouse formally returned him to the spotlight with a glowing reception.
You think you're so goddamn high and mighty just because you're a goddamn lighthouse keeper? Well, you ain't a captain of no ship, and you never was.
This patiently darkened transformation has completely changed the bandwagon's tone about Pattinson's edge. In bringing it to a neo-noir revision of Batman, he made a triumphant comeback as a big-budget headliner.
Was it worth it?
What?
Compromising yourself for money?
Number 7. Daft Punk. In 1992, 3 French teens tried to make it in indie and punk rock. Unfortunately, their few tracks were so poorly received that Darlin disbanded within a year. Melody Maker magazine went so far as to call them a daft punky thrash. Guitarist and keyboardist Laurent Bronkowitz did make it indie with the hugely successful Phoenix, but the aforementioned review really stuck with Thomas Bangalter and Guy Manuel de Omem Christo. They switched to electronic dance and donned robot costumes under the name Daft Punk. By the time they broke up in 2021, they were hailed as one of the most popular and innovative figures in their genre's history. Of course, their often hard-to-describe sound is further evidence of Daft Punk's versatility with genres. Number 6. Jane Fonda.
You obviously know what this is like, but I've never felt it before. It's a new thing, and it's so strange.
Coming from a lineage of acting greats, Jane Fonda was one of Hollywood's most versatile stars for 3 decades. She was particularly renowned for dramatic work like the Oscar-winning Klute and Coming Home. Then, she shockingly retired after marrying media tycoon Ted Turner in 1991. 4 years after the divorce, she made an equally surprising comeback to the screen.
You don't get second chances. Don't come into my life and try and save me because I'm not savable.
Everybody's savable. That's the rule.
Fonda began working primarily in lighthearted comedies, but still favors female and senior roles with unique substance for the genre. Her return as a leading lady was ultimately confirmed by the hit Netflix sitcom Grace and Frankie. Fonda still makes the occasional acclaimed return to drama. Mostly, though, the Hollywood legend continues to shine as a hilarious comedy icon.
We are going to get you up and walking.
I don't think I can walk right now.
I think she was referring to me, Dr. Kildare.
Number 5. Bee Gees.
I started a joke which started the whole world crying.
The brothers Gibb explored pop and psychedelic rock through the 60s and dabbled in folk in the early 70s. Unfortunately, the Bee Gees' lucrative gift for pop trends lost momentum after a brief breakup going into a new decade. And then came disco. The group's juxtaposition of soulful harmonies and deep funk stood out in this hot movement. The Bee Gees ultimately became leaders of it after contributing to Saturday Night Fever, whose soundtrack remains one of the best-selling of all time. Consequently, their stardom took a hit with the genre's notoriously quick collapse. The Bee Gees nonetheless continue to successfully adapt to the times and are still recognized as one of the defining pop acts of their era. Number 4. Matthew McConaughey.
I will see you there. All right?
Bye.
I love those redheads, man.
I know you.
Dazed and Confused debuted Matthew McConaughey as a comedy superstar from The Line. But after some promising forays into drama, he got stuck in cheesy rom-coms and capers. McConaughey took a lot of heat in the 2000s, before winning even greater praise throughout the 2010s. He actively broke his typecast with a string of acclaimed dramas, winning the Oscar for Best Actor with Dallas Buyers Club. HBO's True Detective and Christopher Nolan's Interstellar then launched his prestige to new heights.
Don't let me leave, Murph. Don't let me leave, Murph!
The media dubbed this phenomenal shift the McConaissance. The truth is that McConaughey had his toe in drama even as a laid-back comedian. In taking the plunge, however, he's become a name that everyone is excited to see.
That's so much fun!
Number 3. Alanis Morissette.
Don't you think? It's like
Alanis Morissette found an ironic route to permanent pop stardom. And yes, that's the correct use of the word. Actually, Morissette's debut album, Alanis, was an instant hit for its infectious and emotive dance pop style. Now Is the Time was much less successful.
my feelings turn to stone. My heart makes no apologies.
Only after being dropped by MCA Records Canada did Morissette truly captivate the youth of the 90s. Jagged Little Pill found the pop singer embracing alternative rock and post-grunge with her distinct mezzo-soprano voice. The album was a global phenomenon, winning 5 Grammys and becoming one of the best-selling albums of all time. Morissette's transformation asserted her as a key figure in 90s music. Of course, she continues to thrive as an alternative and indie idol.
'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is giving a peace sign.
Number 2. Bryan Cranston.
Oh, yes, some gift. That thing didn't work at all. What? You put a label on something, then 10 minutes later it would peel right off. It was the worst gift I ever got.
It's hard to believe that Bryan Cranston's commanding voice and appearance weren't exclusively suited to drama. But after many small roles in that genre, he broke out as an eccentric dentist Tim Whatley on Seinfeld. His stint as the patriarch on Malcolm in the Middle cemented him as a sitcom mainstay.
You know when the teacher remembers to give you homework right before you're leaving school at the end of the day? The Blackhawks are behind it. When your mother says you can't watch TV for no reason, the Blackhawks told her to say that.
With a decline after the show, however, his career was renewed by a very different family man. Cranston's portrayal of Walter White on Breaking Bad is considered one of the greatest performances in television history. As a representative of peak TV, he continues to earn praise for intense roles on big screens and small. Obviously, Cranston still has prime comedic chops. His dramatic turn merely confirmed the lovable actor as a master of his arts.
They know me. They know my voice. They'll know me. Please, you got to do it for me. I'm begging you. Please. Please.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Robert Downey Jr.
They're making the case that you and your new direction isn't in the company's best interest.
I'm being responsible. That's a new direction.
Robert Downey Jr. has had several incredible comebacks, always in different genres. But it initially didn't seem like the renowned drama star would need one. Personal drama, including a serious substance use disorder, derailed his career by the 2000s. The 2005 noir comedy Kiss Kiss Bang Bang marked Downey's triumphant recovery.
I'm gonna drop by, I'm gonna see if I can, stir up the kettle, stick out my hat, and see if anyone shoots at it.
3 years later, his perfect casting as Tony Stark revitalized the superhero film industry. His 11-year tenure in the Marvel Cinematic Universe made him one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors. And with his return to blockbuster drama in Oppenheimer, he earned an Academy Award. Downey's salary and esteem allow him to take his time with projects. Thus, he's one of the few celebs whose genre shifts are consistently an event.
I don't know what Oppenheimer said to him that day, but last time even meet my eye.
What are your favorite celebrity rebrands? Feel free to promote them in the comments.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.